Hello everyone, it's Ruby here, and I wanted to do this video directly after seeing that Minecraft trailer, which, if you haven't seen, I did do a reaction video, and it's more so, what the fuck? You can check it out. It's either here or you can wait to the end of the video to see it at the end as well. It'll be at the end. It'll be also here as well. So it'll be two places. And then you can come back or you can go to that after you watch this, okay? And I wanted to talk about how to make an adaptation based on another property. So let's say you have a book, you have a video game, you have something where there is a fan base already. Like, I don't think people sometimes realize, but it's so easy. I'm just gonna move over, sorry. It's so easy to do an adaptation well. Because you already have the fans, so you already have the fans, and you need the fans to watch it for it to succeed. Right? And we've had bad adaptations. I mean, terrible adaptations, okay? We, Percy Jackson fans, went through hell to get an actually good adaptation, okay? We, Lord of the Rings fans, I suppose, went through the 4 stages of grief with those Hobbit movies, which I hear are not good. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan. I don't know. I'm sorry. I should have not brought that up. Like, we know. Assassin's Creed, Super Mario, whatever that was, the original one. Like, we've been through it. We've seen the bad adaptations, okay? And the not so good adaptations as well. Like, not necessarily bad, but definitely didn't hit its mark. Like, Elektra. Like, I honestly kind of like Elektra, but I understand why it could be better. Daredevil, I also thought was kind of okay, but I can understand why it needed to be better. Now we have the Daredevil, Netflix show and everything. Like, I feel like there are movies where there's properties where you have to kind of approach it in a way that is both true to the fans, but can be different, but not too different so that it doesn't change the heart of the concept. Like, I feel like I could make a really good video game adaptation movie if consulted, right? If someone went up to me and was like, hey, I need you to make a Skyrim movie, or I need you to make a Mass Effect movie, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm on board. I know exactly what you need to do. Now, my decisions would not necessarily be the final decisions because, there's different concepts, there's different perspectives you can have, right? I could say, hey, let's do a femship movie. Let's do this. Let's include these options. Let's make it true based on the thing. Or I could be like, hey, you know what? Mass Effect fans, they don't really want a Mass Effect 1, 2, 3 live action thing. What I would suggest is doing a story based on other events. Like, for example, the First Contact War. Like, I feel like that would be something Mass Effect fans would be totally on board with, and people wouldn't need to play the games to understand what's going on, and it'd be basically like humans versus aliens type of thing, except we're trying to make peace with them. Like, I feel like we could do this, and we can focus on, like, Anderson and his development, and, like, I have ideas on how I would take on a project. Like, depending on the budget, depending on what we're working on, like Skyrim, I would be like, hell yeah, let's focus on Dovahkiin. Most people are interested and know Dovahkiin. Let's cast a Nordic actor to play Dovahkiin, and let's recreate that Skyrim experience. But let's also include this because I feel like it would be something that players could connect to. Like maybe add a guild. Like maybe have I really love the Dark Brotherhood. Let's include a storyline involving the Dark Brotherhood. Or maybe if that's too graphic, let's stick with the Thieves Guild. Or, something like that. Like, have a little bit of both, right? And there's definitely ways to go about doing video game adaptations. Like, if you're not going to take the one for one, which honestly, most of the time, I would say stay away from the one for one adaptations because, to be honest, nobody cares. All the gamers who want to have those experiences have already played through them. Like, video games are basically like giant movies. Can you come in? Oh wait, no, he can't. Never mind. Okay, it's fine. I'll deal with it in a moment. Video games are like giant movies. Like, I would not recommend doing a 1-for-1 Tomb Raider movie or a 1-for-1 Detroit Become Human movie, like, or a 1-for-1 freaking Last of Us movie. Like, I would not suggest that because people have already seen it. It's the video game. You don't need to do a narrative adaptation of a video game. Now, there are some ways where you could do that, but I would often suggest not to. But instead, we could take a different perspective and go that way. But generally speaking, people do not need the one-for-one adaptation, and most of the time when you do that, it's going to be bad. Now, books, I would say yes. Do the one-for-one adaptation, because if you don't, people are going to be pissed that you missed some things, or you didn't do this, and you did that. Like, if it's a book, basically go over and use the book as the script, essentially. Maybe change a couple things that don't really translate to screen. But if you're doing a video game, the movie is already made. So you either make that movie into a thing, or you take a concept from that thing and turn it into a story. Like, for example, there's some video games that have background lore, and you could just focus on that. Like, there's storylines in Red Dead Redemption that you could do without having to touch Arthur Morgan or John Marston. Like, there's definitely ways that you can adapt a video game without touching the things that people really, really, really are passionate about. Because, guess what? These people are already in your sphere. They're going to see this and they're going to be like, wow, this person really gets it. Or, this looks like ass. This looks like ass. Like, Detective Pikachu. Not a 1-for-1 for the Pokemon universe. Doesn't need to be. I mean, it's kind of based on a video game, Detective Pikachu, but for the most part, it kind of steers away from that. Like, it generally isn't anything to do with Pokemon other than being in a Pokemon world, and that is a great concept. When you have a concept of, like, for example, I would suggest, instead of doing a Skyrim movie, let's do a Tamriel movie, Elder Scrolls movie, and have it set in a place that people have genuinely not explored. Let's set it in Blackmarsh. Let's set it in Morrowind. Let's set it in Cyrodiil. Let's set it in High Rock. Let's set it in Somerset Isle. Like, let's be an adventurer and go away from the map that has already been done. Like, that's what I would say. Like, maybe we want to focus on elsewhere, where we can focus on the Khajiit and have a story about the Khajiit and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's so many things that you could focus on instead of the main story that everybody so deeply cares about. Like, I feel like you could do a good Mass Effect movie without including Shepard, without including her or him. Like, honestly, if someone came up to me and was like, yo, what's your idea for a Mass Effect movie? I would be like, you know what? Let's not do Shepard, actually, because people don't want you to touch that. Like, maybe we could do either, again, First Contact War, or if you want to do something more connective to the Mass Effect universe, let's, like, I don't know, do a story on a Cerberus operative. Or, like, maybe focus in on one of the characters that is in the Mass Effect universe For example, we could do a story focusing on Liara Tasani, Tali Zora. Like, we could focus on Kasumi Goto. Like, I feel like people would love a story about, the kleptomaniac that lost her love of her life. Like, that's a thing that I think Master fans would, like, really love and not hate you for, as long as you do it correctly. Like, that would be something that I would say, hey, let's make a show about it. Let's make a show focusing on Kasumi and Kenji. I did not. Keiji. I lost it for a second, but I knew it was there. Let's focus on Liara and the upbringing with her mother and how the Asari life works. Like, you don't necessarily have to take the story from the video game, but you do have to take the elements of what makes that video game special. Like, for example, Minecraft. Let's talk about Minecraft, okay? How would I do a Minecraft movie? They come to me and they're like, hey, Minecraft movie. What do we do? I'm like, okay, bet. Let's do a 3D animated movie. Because people don't want a live action Minecraft movie. Period. I don't think anybody wants a live action Minecraft movie. Okay? Most people, when they think about Minecraft, thinks about the graphics, thinks about the art design. Like, if you truly want a Minecraft movie, don't include real people. Just have them be 3D characters, and then let's make Steve into a character and have it focus on Steve living in a Minecraft world. Don't include outside people. Don't do Jumanji shit. Don't do Sesame Street. Don't do Teletubbies. Let's focus on Minecraft. And there's a lot of encounters that Steve can have. He can finally talk. He can talk. Yes, he can talk. He's Steve. He can talk. Obviously, he can talk. He can talk with the villagers. The villagers can make noises. And the villagers could actually speak as well. Like, maybe when they're they could do and then they can, actually have, like, dialogue that they speak. Like, you could do a bit on, like, how the villagers actually do talk. There's so many things that you could do. Not that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because the thing is, when you make such a bold change to a video game, to a concept of a video game, something that people really love, most of the time, 10 out of 10, they're going to hate it. Why? Because they don't want you to touch what wasn't broken. Right? If you want to do a movie on Life is Strange, then don't change the script. Stick with the script. Don't change it. Or if you want to change it, do it on a different character. Okay? Don't use Max. Don't use Chloe. Don't touch them. Don't touch what isn't broken and that fans love if you're going to change it. Okay? If you're going to change something, don't touch Chloe and Max. Okay? Don't touch them. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Okay? Do not touch it. Stop it. Stop touching it. I feel like when producers get their hands on things and the directors get on their hands on things, they're like, oh, I need to change it because it's my ego that's going to be put on this freaking script. No one cares if you're Quentin Tarantino. Okay? Nobody cares. They care about the product. Okay? They care about what they're going to watch and that it is close or at least somewhat in the ballpark of what they are fans of. Okay? If you do a Baldur's Gate movie, you better believe you better focus on Baldur's Gate content. Okay? You can do other things, like you could do a Baldur's Gate movie and just not include any of the characters that are in Baldur's Gate. That is fine. Nobody cares as long as you get the world, as long as you get the concept of what it's supposed to be, okay? You gotta understand what it needs to be about, okay? That is how you do a video game movie adaptation. I feel like when they try to take things that exist and then change it and then get, just don't touch it. Stop touching it. Stop it. Like, I just feel like it's so easy. It's so easy. You don't even have to think. It is right there. It is right there. The script is made for you. The characters are made for you. You don't have to touch anything. Like if you're doing a Grand Theft Auto movie, you don't have to touch anything. Just do it on the story or make it in its world, okay? Just don't touch the characters that people love, okay? I say that about the comics. I say that about everything. I'm like, don't change what isn't broken, okay? 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 If you don't want to piss off anyone, don't change their gender, don't change their race, don't change anything. Just use the characters that belong in that category that you're looking for. For example, DC. DC, very, very diverse. There are so many characters you can use. So many. So many. Jon Stewart, right there. Okay? You want an ethnicity? You want a gender? We got him. We got him. We got characters that people love that just don't get touched because people don't even know who they are. Like, you could just bring a character back to life and just say, hey, do you know who this is? No? Great. I'm going to tell you about them, okay? Just don't touch the characters that people are passionate about. Don't change them. Or if you're going to touch them, don't change them, okay? Don't change them. I feel like too many directors change the characters that people love, and then they're like, oh shit, people don't like the changes that I made. Like, it's like giving Superman, like, it's like making Bruce Wayne Superman. Like, no, don't do that. I think it's so easy. It's so easy. Just, like, that's my biggest suggestion to any director, any producer, any writer trying to make something that's based on a video game, that's based on a comic book. Just use the source material. The source material is king. As long as you stick with the source material, you're okay. I know people are going to say, but what if it's the source material that people don't like? Like, for example, New 52. Generally, people don't like the New 52 concepts. I'd be like, you know what? As long as they stick with the fucking comic books, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm okay. I can be okay with that, okay? What I can't be okay with is you deliberately changing the characters to fit your needs to a story without needing to. Okay? You don't have to touch them. Anyways, that's it. That's all I had to say. I feel like I needed to make this video because I don't know what the heck that Minecraft trailer was. That's it. Also, if you're interested in watching that Minecraft trailer, it's right there. My reaction to it is right there. Go check it out. Anyways, comment down below. Peace out. I just needed to make this video.